Wonderful. Thank you very much. So welcome to the Meet eArchiving workshop. Thank you very much for coming. This is already a success. As you see, we have a full room. I'm really, really sorry for all the people who couldn't attend or who couldn't make it. I take the opportunity to also thank you for attending, the people who are in the live streaming. Please note that this webinar is being recorded and it will be on the website after this, on the links that are on the website, so you can watch it again. What else? I would like to invite you as well to, if there is anything wrong or anything that is not working, please come to me. I'm the person responsible. My name is Fulgencio San Martin. I work for the European Commission in European and in eArchiving. And together with my colleagues, Adelina Dino, she was somewhere here, and Sofia Buneman, we run eArchiving. If there is any problem, come to me. If there is anything that works well or that you want to tell, use the hashtag eArchiving and let the people know, let the world know. So that's it. So I'm going to introduce first my deputy head of unit for interactive technologies, digital for culture and education at DigiConnect. She is Anne Bajart. She previously was head of sector for robotics and artificial intelligence, still in DigiConnect. She has a PhD in electrical engineering and has worked as a researcher, a lecturer, and project manager.
Thank you, Fulgen. Good morning, everyone. I'm very pleased to open this event today. Thank you for attending this meeting here in Brussels. We are very happy, as Fulgen said, to see so many of you in this room. And we would also like to really deeply apologize to those of you who have to follow either in the listening room or on streaming, because we did not have space enough. We have been victim of our success. So this is unusual for a commission meeting to be so much victim of its success. So I think we can be very proud on the organizing side and also you who express interest in it. So this is a Connecting Europe event. And as Fulgen said, this is jointly organized by two DGs in the Commission, DG Connect, where we are working, and Digit. So DG Connect is the Directorate General for Communications, Networks, Content and Technology, and Digit is the Directorate General for Informatics. So we put our efforts together because to make something like eArchiving happening, we need different kind of expertise and different kind of people working on it. And that's also the reason why we have so many different people around the table today to discuss those things together. So I'm indeed Deputy Head of Unit of the Interactive Technology, Digital for Culture and Education Unit. And you might wonder a bit why eArchiving is with us, I must say. So I will just tell you some words about what we are doing so that you maybe understand a bit better the constellation in which you are moving. So as the name indicates, the unit is dealing with immersive technology. So it means virtual reality, augmented reality, this kind of things. The use of digital technologies in the sector of culture, but also education, in particular in relation to cultural heritage when it comes to culture. And we are also in charge of two DSI, eArchiving, but also the student e-card. The student e-card because it's obviously linked to education, and eArchiving, I'm going to tell you a few more words in a minute. In our portfolio of activities, we also have something very important, which is Europeana. So Europeana is the European Union digital platform for cultural heritage. And through it, citizens, organizations, and businesses can access European culture for the widest variety of purposes. It gives access to over 53 million of items those days, including image, text, sound, videos, 3D material, from a collections of over 3,700 libraries, archives institutions, museums, galleries, audiovisual collections, and so on. Probably some of you have been contributing to it already, or maybe are planning to do so. I mean, if you don't, maybe consider it, it might be interesting. And as you can see, it's also a place where we are going to collect data and information and find a way to retrieve it efficiently. Something very important that we have been dealing with recently as well is the Declaration of Cooperation on Advancing the Digitalization of Cultural Heritage, which has been initiated by the Commission earlier this year and signed so far by 26 member states plus Norway. This is a declaration where member states commit to work together, so it's not the Commission doing the things, it's the member states who express interest to do something together. And in this declaration, I mean, it outlines the current landscapes in terms of opportunities brought by state-of-the-art digital technologies and ICT technologies to address risks that Europe-rich cultural heritage is facing, enhance its visibility, improve citizen engagement, and support spillovers in other sectors, such as, for example, tourism, which is a classical example. It's organized around 3 pillars. The first one is really a pan-European initiatives about 3D. The second one is about reuse of cultural resources. And the third one is about enhancing cross-sector and cross-border cooperation. So e-archiving then, you are going to tell me. As you can see, many, many things we are dealing with, from VR to Europeana to the 3D initiatives, request digitalization of objects, 3D models, storage, access to databases of such objects. So it's probably quite obvious to many of you already that having a file is just the beginning of a long story. It's not because you manage to digitize something that this something is now easily available, retrievable, usable. One needs to save it, to preserve it, to tag it, in brief, to archive it. And that's where e-archiving comes in the big picture. Of course, for the moment, e-archiving mainly targets national archives for many reasons, but there are links with plenty of other activities. And e-archiving impact could and should go beyond the usual, traditional, expected end users of national archives. And this is the purpose of this meeting today. It's not only to explain you what e-archiving can do, but also to see how we can expand it to other communities, how we can make sure that people are aware of it, and how we can develop it in such a way that this will be useful for other communities. I don't think I have to explain you the hype about data and artificial intelligence those days. But I think you are also part of this big picture in a certain way, because you are archiving data in an organized, meaningful way. And that's also something which is terribly important for Europe and will be even more in the coming years. And if you listen carefully to the new priorities of the new Commission, you will notice that those things will be very high on the agenda as well in the future. So in the next 2 days, we will discuss in depth e-archiving. We will show you what it is about, what it can do. We will have experts explaining you how to use it and how to adopt it. Tomorrow, in particular, we will explore further the future with keynotes and breakout sessions on how to apply e-archiving in various domains. And we do very much welcome your views, needs, and ideas on that. I really insist on this. This is really a meeting that we would like to see interactive, not only because we are the interactive unit, but because this is important. We very, very much welcome your input here, because this will help us to define better the future, what is needed, and how we can do it better. So please feel free to express yourself and to say what are your needs, what are your ideas, and what can be done. So we want you to know what it offers, what it can achieve, how to use it, and how to implement it successfully. I will not be longer than that because we are already quite late, but I would still like to say a short thank you before we start to my colleagues Fulgen and Adelina, but also to Digit, and in particular to Sofia, who I know has put an awful lot of effort in organizing this event. So that's thanks to them that we are here today. I would like once again to apologize to those of you who are not in the room today. We are very, very sorry for that. And to thank all of you who are with us today, physically or streaming. And I wish you all the most interesting and inspiring meeting in the next 2 days. Thank you.